Adin Eben Yisrael said, I wrote to the Rebbe that I have, quote, 4 full-time jobs and 11 part-time jobs. That's the words. 4 full-time jobs. That means 4 jobs that would take you and me a whole day to do. And he was doing 4 of them, and 11 part-time job, and I couldn't do it all. I was asking the Rebbe what I should cut, what I should stop. So the Rebbe's answer to him was that he should add more. What did Steinsaltz do? What Eben Yisrael do? What he did was as follows. He said that the Rebbe was telling him that he has to change his mahus completely, and he gave a simple physical motion. If a box full of meter, right, the box full of material, if the box is full, you can't put any more into the box. There's no room. But if you apply pressure, and he says 2 numbers, 7,000 pounds of pressure, 50,000 pounds of pressure, the material will come apart and rearrange itself with such a denseness that in the area of a teaspoon you can have the weight of a ton. Meaning you can create more of yourself even though there's no more of yourself left through compression, through squeezing. So Adin says the following statement, quote, the Rebbe wanted to make of us what he made of himself. Dricken sich, compress himself until your matter comes apart and it's rearranged in a more dense way, and then you're able to do things that otherwise you would not be able to do. That's how he construed it. So to me, this is more a story about Eben Yisrael than about the Rebbe. You get an answer like that from the Rebbe. If I got an answer like that from the Rebbe, I'd have 1 or 2 reactions. Either I would laugh, or I'd feel like I'm garbage. He is so smart. Adin Eben Yisrael is so smart and he's so deep that he's able to see through to the end. That no, this is a practical piece of advice. How was it practical? I am at my wit's end because the way I'm standing right now, there's nothing left of me. There's not enough of me left over. But the Rebbe's answer is, if you squeeze yourself properly, there'll be more of you. You have to go out of your constraint. Now again, the Rebbe told this to Adin Eben Yisrael. He didn't tell it to me, he didn't tell it to you. Why? Because he was a giant. He was a giant. Adin Eben Yisrael was a giant chassid. He really was. He was a giant person, he was a giant chassid, and he was very specifically a giant chassid of our Rebbe. Again, when he passed away, he wrote in his will that the only thing to put on his matzeva, you have to understand, there's a community of Jews out there who sees him like a Rebbe. You know, like a lot of it, he has hundreds and hundreds of students, Mizrahi people. They're all learned Tanya, by the way. He says the only thing he wants in his matzeva was that he was a mekusher and a chassid of Kvei Kedush Admur Milubavitch. People were shocked. I mean, the guy translated the whole Talmud by himself. He didn't have a team. Schottenstein, the art scroll, has a translation of Talmud. It's done by 40 people, 50 people, 100 people. Steinsaltz is a one-man show. One man translated the entire Talmud and the entire Rambam. And he wrote 246 books. He's so accomplished. The only thing right in my Matzeh is that I'm a chassid of Lubavitcher Rebbe. That he was. He wrote that in his will. That's the only thing he wants in his grave. He was a deep chassid. When the Rebbe says to him, do more, he doesn't say, I can't. He says, the Rebbe is saying, I need to go out of whatever form I'm currently in. Make myself into a different person. I'm able to do more.